All of you, welcome back to yet another project video. In this project, you're going to build your first ever private blockchain where you can able to perform all the transactions. We have wallet integration model, open API endpoint for exploring the transaction. So you can simply import the network configuration in your MetaMask like private key, chain ID, RPC, URL symbol, and simply perform the transaction between the account. So let me give you a complete walkthrough about the feature and functionality we have included in your own private blockchain. You can see that our blockchain is running absolutely fine. When we'll start the application, it will create a 5 different account and each account will have 10,000 native currency, which we can use it to perform all the transaction. And here you will find all the transaction logs, the transfer of the tokens we have done, the mining of the block. That's all you will find. Our blockchain will constantly look for the block number, and whenever the event will trigger in our wallet, it's going to print out and provide the details about the wallet and the transaction model. So that's all we have here. Now let me show you how you can able to perform the transaction on your own private blockchain. So I'll come back to my MetaMask wallet. I'll click on my MetaMask and you will find that I have already imported our private blockchain in my MetaMask and the node is running absolutely fine. So if I click here, you will find that this is the two account which I have imported, in which I have the fund which I can use to transfer to different wallet. So if I show you my network configuration, so I'll come back here, click here, and we have all the details. So we have the name, this is the RPC endpoint, this is the chain ID, and this is the PCB. I have given the symbol for our network, and that's what I have saved. Now let's come back here and let's try to perform the transaction. So if you come back here in the account number 3, I have this much token. So I'll simply select here and I'm going to do the transfer. So I'll simply click here and I'm going to select the account number, anyone I can select to do the transfer. So I can go with account number 1 and let's try to transfer 3,000 tokens. And I can click on this continue, and the transaction logs you will find right up here that how much gas we are paying. Click on this confirm and the transaction is in the pending. So you should simply ignore this one because we don't have the event and it's a private network. All you have to do is to check the balance. So if you come back here, you will find the balance went down. Earlier it was 9,400 and right now we have 6,500. So whenever any user will do the transfer, we are rewarding the user with the 100 token as a miner. So that account is going to be utilized as a miner as well. So if I come back to my account number 1, you will see this is the fund. It will go up 3,000 token. We have got it. If I want to do the transfer, I can simply select here, click on this send, and I can come back here. I can send transfer to the account number 2 or any one of this. So I'll simply select this account number 2 and I can transfer, let's say 3,000 token. I'll click on this continue and the transfer is happening. You will find the logs of the final confirmation. Click on this confirm and the transaction is in the pending. Simply ignore this one because we don't have the event model in the private blockchain. So I'll simply come back to the token and you will find that this went down to 600. It was 3,500. We are rewarding the wallet 100 token as a miner at the same time when he will perform the transaction. So if I come back here, go back to my account number 2, you will find that it got 3,000 token back to his wallet. And if you come back to the terminal, you can see all the transaction log. You will find all the transaction we have done. It's listening for the event. You can see how much token we have transferred. It's listened for the event and it's mined it. So when the user will mine, we are rewarding it and we are executing the transaction. So that's all the logs which you will find right up here. All the transaction model, that's all is there. It's going to trigger and provide the data whenever you will perform the transaction. So here we have transferred 3,000 token again. You can see we have used the same wallet to mine the block and that's what we have. So if you come back here, you will find the data logs which you can explore. And if you go all the way down, you will find the latest transaction we have done and the wallet we have changed. That's the data is going to reflect here. So you can see right now we are on the account number 2, which is DB4. So it's also listening for the event. The moment I will change, this wallet address will change. So this address will change. So if I come back to our project and if I switch my account to account number 1, or I can go with account number 3. So if I click here, you will find this will listen for the event. So if I show you my wallet address for this, it has, let's say F94. So if I come back here, you can see it will listen for the event and it's going to check the data and display the data and is going to allow user to read from the chain. So here we are listening for the event and the block. Now I can come back once again and perform the transaction. I can come back here, I can go here, and now I can transfer the fund from, let's say, account number 4. Here you will see that this account has 10,000 tokens. So if I want to do the transfer, I can do that. I can use this one, come back here, and I can transfer to any wallet. So I'll select this one and I can transfer, let's say 5,000 token. Click on this continue and the transaction is processed. Click on confirm, and here we have it's pending. Simply ignore this one. All you have to do is to focus here and you will find that it's went down, and we have used the same wallet as a miner. So we have rewarded them with 100 token. Looks absolutely fine. You can come back here, go back to the account number one. There you will find it's went up. So every single thing is looking absolutely fine. You can see all the data logs we have read. We have done the transfer to the account number one. That's the get balance model which you will find, because when you will open, it's going to read the data in the MetaMask, and that's what is displaying. If you come back here we have done the transaction and you can see how much we have done it. That's what you will find in the block number 5. So this architecture is very important for you. You can see how much transfer we have done. This is the transaction hash. We have the mine pending, and we have mined this particular block in which we have stored all the data. Now if you want to explore this transaction, we have also included the API endpoint which is running on localhost 3000. So let me show you that how you can able to read the data. All you can do is include a front end where you can call the API. So this is the one I have, which is running on localhost 3000, our API. So user can read the data. So I can come back to my browser and I'll open a new tab. Click on this localhost and you will see that here we have this one. It's called this to be 3001, and I will paste this one and hit enter. It's going to give me the data of all the block, all the transaction we have performed. You can see the height, the details, that's all is there. So this project is absolutely must for every single one of you, those who are interested in core blockchain development. There you have to understand that how the blockchain exactly work, how you can design your own architecture to provide the feature, because this kind of project is really popular when it's come to private blockchain, focusing on health industry, focusing on the personal finance model. Most of the private blockchain you will find follow the exact model. Whether you talk about the IBM, whether you talk about the Wall Street, they have the exact model where they are allowing user to perform the transaction on their private network. So this is the project we have developed for one of our client. So I thought let's develop and let's teach you guys how you can able to build this kind of project. So I hope you have understood that what are the functionality and feature we have included in this particular private blockchain. Now let me provide you all the material, all the assets which you need to build this particular project and take you through the entire code structure. So to get the assets on the final source code, you can come back to the blockchain coder. I'll provide you the link in the description. You can click there and you can come back to this, or you can simply go back in the blockchain coder. Here you will find all the project we have developed. So make sure to create your account. Once you will create, you will have the source code option, or you can simply go with source code option for here as well. So I'll simply click here, go back to the source code, and here you will find all the project we have developed. We have more than 120 plus project we have developed. So build at least 5 of them. When you will develop 5 project, you will understand that how decentralized exactly work, how you can build different architecture. So to get the assets, you can click here, go back to the recent project, and here you have. Click here and you will come back here, and here you will find all the assets, all the resources. So the final code setup video I'm going to attach here, so you can click and you can watch till then, in which I will show you how you can do the setup of the final source code, which is going to be this video. So make sure to watch this video till then. Click here and you will come back to the getup, and here you will find the entire structure, the project repo, which you can simply clone. So when the complete project will come, we'll simply clone the repository and we can start following straight away. You can check the package model, the architecture we have utilized for RPC endpoint, API call, that's all we have. Now let me show you that how you can do the setup of the final source code once you will take it. So when you will take it, you will give your valuable contribution to my team to bring more tutorial like this. So make sure to click here and take it. Once you will take the final source code, you will get the zip file, and when you will extract this zip file, you will get this folder in which you will have the complete source code of the project, which you can see. So I'll simply close this one and make sure to install a zip extractor, then you will get this folder, and this is the one you have to open in your VS Code. So I'll simply come back here, click on my VS Code. I'll go back to open, go back to desktop, and I have this folder. I'll select this one and open. Now let me give you a complete walkthrough of all the folder and file structure we have designed for this project, because this one is very important for you as a developer to understand the architecture. So the very first folder you will find is the source, in which you will find the entire feature we have included. And the best part of this project is that we have divided into a micro SaaS. So the very first one we have is the blockchain, in which you will find related to all the blockchain feature like block, we have the chain, we have the contract manager, transactional model. On the chain, that's what we are providing here. So this is the first micro SaaS. The next one we have is the network. We have to deal with the network where we have to provide the connection to execute the transaction. So we have the API server which allow us to execute the transaction in the contract, and we have is the P2P server which allow us to deal the transaction on the chain. So you have the both model. We have the API as well. You can call the API to explore the transaction. And we have the actual P2P model which handle the blockchain transaction through the crypto wallet. That's what we have. So let's close this one. We have the RPC endpoint. We have the wallet integration model which allow us to communicate with a different wallet, where you can simply modify and add multiple feature on top of it based on your private blockchain, because in the private blockchain you have more control over the feature and functionality which you want to provide. Now we have the server file which execute and start our application and provide all the feature. So this is the micro SaaS we have developed. You can combine all of this feature as a one, but it's better to distribute in multiple micro SaaS which deal with particular functionality. So later you can add more feature and scale your application. So that's what we have in the SRC folder. The next one we have is the environment variable. And here we have provided all of this environment variable. So our application, our node, RPC node is going to be run on this particular port. We have the API port, means when the user will execute the transaction, and if you want to read the data, you can simply visit this particular port where you can give the endpoint which I will explain. And here we have the P2P port. So don't change anything, just keep it as it is. We have auto mining to false, but you can enable that one as well. And here you will find our WebSocket if you want to connect with WebSocket, or you can go with the RPC model. It's totally up to you. Here you will find the network configuration. So this is our chain ID. This is the name I have called. This is the currency of our network, and here we have the RPC node provider which we're going to import in our MetaMask. You will find the mining difficulties and the reward. So when we're going to validate the transaction, at the time of transaction we're going to reward the user 100. And here we have this particular stop all server, because sometime when you will perform the transaction, some of the internal server is going to execute. So it's better to stop all the servers and then test. So you can simply copy and run this command. It will stop all the server. So this is the environment variable. Just keep it as it is. Don't need to change anything. Let's close this one. Now come back to the get node. Here you will find all the data which you want to push on GitHub. Just keep it as it is. And here you will find the Genesis account. So this is the pre accounts I have given. So you can use this account, which is the exact account I'm using in my MetaMask. Or if you want to create your new brand account, you can simply click on this delete. And what will happen when you will run the node, so it will look for this particular file. Like, let me bring it back. It will look for this particular file. If this file is there, then it's not going to create a new account. But if this file is not available, then it's going to create a new account for all of your 5 account, and it will provide you the 10,000 native currency. But if this file is not here, it's going to recreate a new account. So it's better to delete this one, because I want you to create your new account, and it will be automatically display here. Now if you come back to the packages on file, you will find that here I have provided all the information that what are the packages we are using. These are the very popular packages which you have to understand and read. There are multiple models we have into it, and it's very important for you to understand, because if you want to build your node models, customization, adding multiple feature on top of it, you can do that very easily. So close this one, and here you will find the readme file where I have given all the information, all the important information which you can have a look. So just keep it as it is. Don't need to make any changes. First test the way I'm doing it. After that, do all the experiment. So I'll simply close this one. Now the very first thing I have to do is to open up my terminal. And right now you can see that I am in the main directory. Now I have to check my node version, because this one is very important. Make sure you should be on the same node version, because this node version is very much compatible with all the package, and we are focusing on stability. So no matter you are building for 5 years, 10 years, as long as you follow the package version and the node version, every single thing would be working fine. So this is the node version. If I show you my npm version, this is what I have. Looks great. Got it? Now I have to do the installation of the package. I'll simply type npm I or install, both will work fine. Let's hit enter and you will find the installation is got started. This might takes a little bit time depending on your internet speed and on your system, that how fast your system is. So just wait, give some time, don't interrupt. Once the installation will complete, we'll start testing and starting our own blockchain. And finally we have done with the installation, and you can see we are getting couple of depreciated. Don't need to worry about it. We are focusing on stability. So these are the couple of warning we are getting, ignore that one. And we have no vulnerability. Now we have to clear our terminal. We can come back here in our packages and file, and this is the command we have to execute. So if you go back, this is the start script we have. So all you have to do is to simply start the script. I'll simply bring it up and type npm start. When you will run this command, it's going to start our private blockchain, the node. And right now I don't have that Genesis account, so it's going to recreate the 5 account and it's going to fund native currency into those accounts. So I'll simply hit enter and it will start our local blockchain. And here you can see it started. Here you can see it started. So if you come back here on top, we have executed this command. You can see it's fine, there's no file, which means it's going to create the account. So it's created. And now you will find the account initialization. So this is the 5 account which is given, which you can import the private key and you will have this much fun which you can use to do the transaction. Now if you come back here we have the private blockchain node. So this is the P2P server node we have, and here you will find the details about the network. So how you can import the network in your MetaMask, that's all the detail is given. So this is the details we have to provide. So this is the RPC URL. This is the chain ID. You can call whatever you want to your network, but you have to add this one. So this is the data we have to add, which we're going to do it. And here you will find the interesting part. We are also providing you the API endpoint. So if you want to build your own block explorer to display the data about the transaction is happening in your network, in your private network, user can easily able to explore. So to get all the blocks, specific block transaction, pending, creation, address balance, mining, deployment, contract information, API, that's all is there. So let me show you how you can add it. So make sure you should start the blockchain. Now you can come back to your MetaMask. I'll open my MetaMask and right now you find this account is already here. I'll first delete this one. So I'll switch my account. I'll come back here and make sure to delete this one. I have deleted this private blockchain. So I would suggest you, so first you have to activate the test network in your MetaMask, then you will have the option of test network. So Hostly is already depreciated, so I'm going to delete this one, depreciated. So now I have to add the network. So I'll click on this add custom network and here I have to provide the exact detail. Come back here and this is the details I have to provide. So if I'll get the chain ID and come back here and here I have to provide. So I'll provide the chain ID, which is going to be this. I'll call this private chain. I can give the chain ID. I call it 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see our node is running. That's why it's identifying. And here I have to give them a symbol. I'll say PBC. This is the symbol I have selected. PBC, private blockchain. I'll click on save. The moment I will click on save and if I click on the network, it will be selected automatically and you will find that I don't have any fund. In my account 1, if I check my account 2, you will find it will become 0. If I go back to my other account, to account 3, it will go back to the 0. If I go back to my account 4, it will go back to the 0. Because this is, I have restarted my blockchain and now these accounts don't hold the accounts of Genesis block. So it has 0. Now I can come back and you will find that these account which I got it, I created it. And it has all the funds. So I'm going to simply import this account. I'm going to import this account. Import the account. So I'll simply click here. Go back to my accounts. I'll click here. Add account and paste it. Click on import. And you will find the fund is going to be reflecting here. So I got this 1000 PBC. I'll come back once again. Go back to my editor. And I'll simply copy this one. Copy. I'll come back here and import the account. Click on this, import, import, and I have the fund in that. Now transaction. So I'll simply come here. You can see all the event is happening. When you will change the account, it will trigger the event and it's going to read the data. that how much token, how much balance you have. That's all we are reading here because we have done the changes. You can see the events are working absolutely fine. Now I'm going to perform the transaction. So right now we are looking for the blocks, the event. Come back here. Let's do the transaction. So I'll select this one and I will try to send to account number one because it has 0. I'll select this one, account number one, and let's transfer, let's say 5,000. And click on this continue. And the transaction logs which you will find that how much you are transferring, which account. Click on this confirm, and we are getting this pending. Simply ignore this one. Come back here in the token and you will see the fund will go down and you will have the fund in your wallet. So it will take a little bit time. If you come back here, go back to the account number one, you will find there it will be the balance. Now if you come back and double confirm, you can come back to the editor, go here and you will see the transaction we have done. So we got the transaction blocks, we got the details. Here you can see we have transferred 5,000, we have mined it, height to all the recipients. That's all we will find. All the transaction hash will you find. If you come back here once again and perform the transaction, come back here and let's do the transaction one more time. So this time I will transfer from account number one to account number two. So I'll click here and I'll go back here, click on the account number two, and I will transfer, let's say 3,000. Click on this continue, click on confirm, and the transaction is pending. Simply ignore this one, come back here and you will see it will go down and you're going to receive the fund. Or you can simply come back here and you will see the fund is going to be reflecting here, 3,000. So that's how you can able to track down. Every single thing is looking good. This is how you can able to perform the transaction on your own private blockchain. This is really powerful. This is really powerful. You can able to find all the logs, all the events model. That's all we have. Now I want to show you that how you can use this API to read the data. So this is the APIs which I have provided. All you can do is include a front end where you can call the API. So this is the one I have, which is running on localhost 3000, our API. So user can read the data. So I can come back to my browser and I'll open a new tab. Click on this localhost and you will see that here we have this one. It's called this to be 3001 and I will paste this one and hit enter. It's going to give me the data of all the block, all the transaction we have performed. You can see the height, the details, that's all is there. If you want to go to the specific block, you can do that. So you can check all the API endpoint. Come back in the code editor and here you will find all the API endpoints. So if I want to go to a specific block, I can check that. So I can come back here. I can go back to this and let's target the block number. I can say block number 1, hit enter. And it's going to give me the detail about the block number 1. In the same way, you can go back to the different block. So this is really powerful. I hope you have understood that if you really want to focus on core blockchain development, this project will help you a lot. I can use any account and I can perform the transaction. I can go with the account number 5. And if I want to do the transfer, I can simply click on this. I can pick an account where I want to do the transfer and let's do that. I'll simply go with this, click on this confirm and it's in the pending. Simply ignore this one, come back here. You can see here you will find that this might take a little bit time because we are doing 2 transfer. One is going to be the mining and transfer. So the balance went down and you can come back to the account where you can able to find the transaction, or I don't know which account I have done the transfer. That's all you can find. So it will go up. Here we got it 7,000 and we have received 5,000. If I come back to my code, there you will find the transaction log about the transaction we have done, the wallet we have changed for one, and we have read the data, and there all the details which you will find. The amount of quantity we have transferred, that's all is there. So it's a really powerful project. I hope you have understood about the feature and functionality we have included and how it will work. If you really want to master blockchain development, then this is the project which you have to build and include in your portfolio. If you want to focus on core blockchain development, where you have to deal with the security protocol, transactional model, hashing management, and building a blockchain for a private networks, where you can have full control over your entire system. So that's the only thing I want to cover. Make sure to get all the resources and you can simply have a look at what are the model we have utilized. Soon the complete project will come, so you can simply follow the complete project very easily. And if you really want to master complete blockchain development, then I would highly encourage you to take this blockchain bootcamp, in which you will understand every single thing about the required technology which you have to know as a blockchain developer, programming language, security, building one of the industry ready projects. So this is the huge project we have. You're going to learn about the important courses and technology. You're going to build a complete API. You're going to learn about the security and model. That's all we have. Try to have a look and just get into the course so we can start building and learning every single thing from scratch. So that's the only thing I want to cover in this video. I hope you have understood every single feature we have included. If you have any question, make sure to shoot in the official email. We'll try to help you and give you faster response. With that, I'm ending this video. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.